Hey guys, Malcolm here with Survival Know-How, and today we're opening up BattlBox Mission 6. The Sitrep for this box, S.E.R.E, Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. Stay tuned. So let's just talk about S.E.R.E training for a moment, exactly what it is. So I'm in the Air Force, and S.E.R.E training is actually pretty common in the Air Force because all of our pilots go through it and most of our aircrew members go through it. So let's just imagine for a moment that you're an F-16 pilot, you're flying over Afghanistan, you have some engine trouble and you have to eject. So your parachute lands and you're behind enemy lines. So this is where survival comes in place. You have to know how to procure food, water, and shelter, as well as navigate and how to communicate to try to get an evac out of there. So that's where S comes into play, survival. Next is evasion. So the enemy, they saw your jet crash and they're coming after you, right? They're gonna try to find your parachute, trying to track you down. So evasion is how to avoid the enemy tracking you down, how to hide your tracks, and how to hide from the enemy. So next is resistance. So God forbid they actually capture you. They are going to interrogate you, they're going to enhance interrogate you. So resistance is how to avoid giving the enemy any information, how to handle being a prisoner of war, how to handle being tortured. So next you have escape. So let's say your interrogators take a smoke break, they turn their backs, now your opportunity to escape, right? So this training is all focused on how to get out of the handcuffs, the zip ties, the rope, the duct tape, whatever it is, however they're holding you there, how to escape from that, how to pick locks, how to avoid detection while you're escaping, and how to get out of enemy hands and back into American soil. So this box is really focused mostly on the escape portion of it. All right, there's a couple tools in here that will, one, help you escape, and some tools in here that will help teach you how to escape. So let's open it up and take a look. So the first item is the ReadyMan hostage escape card. Right, so you've heard of ReadyMan before. BattlBox has had a few items from them. I actually have a few items from ReadyMan as well. I have their survival card here. Right, it has a saw, some spearheads, a couple fishing hooks. Right, you slip this into your wallet. BattlBox, they gave away the ReadyMan M16 cleaner kit, which also fits into your wallet. Right, really thin. All these pieces break apart. So now they're giving away the escape kit, the hostage escape card. All right, so what this has in here is a couple items for picking locks. It has a little saw for sawing away rope or zip ties or duct tape, as well as a tool here to help you get out of handcuffs if they have you handcuffed. So the idea is that you slip this card into your back pocket or into your wallet, and as long as you have access to your wallet, you can get this little card out. You should be good to go and should be able to work your way free. So there you have it, guys. That is the ReadyMan hostage escape card, and they say this is a $24.95 value. So next up we have the Wazoo Survival Covert Handcuff Key. So we've seen Wazoo Survival Gear in these boxes before. They're usually pretty high quality. So this is their Covert Handcuff Key, and what it is just a very tiny plastic key, and it's got some adhesive onto the back of this. So what you could do is stick this on the inside of your belt, on the inside of your hat, inside of your watch, inside of your car, wherever, right? And it's just this little plastic key. So when you get your hands behind your back, you can grab this, break it apart, and undo the handcuffs. So pretty neat, guys. I love that it's got this adhesive, so you could really stick this anywhere. Probably under your belt would probably be a great place for it. Pretty cool. This is a $7 value. So next up in the basic box is the Atlanco Covert Handcuff Key Bracelet. So similar idea to this, that you're hiding a key to escape out of handcuffs, except this time it just looks like a normal bracelet. Okay, you close it up like that and it's just a plastic rubber bracelet like this, but when you open it up like this, you have a little plastic handcuff key right there. So you could wear this around your wrist and nobody would ever suspect or know that this is a handcuff key You can go through metal detectors with this, no problem. And it's just there in case you need it. Pretty cool idea. If the world as we know it ever does come to an end, this would definitely be my bracelet of choice. So that is a $10 value. All right, so for the next item, we're kind of switching gears from escaping being restrained to actually restraining people. So next up, we have the Flexicuffs disposable handcuffs 3-pack. So this is very similar to a zip tie, right? Except you have 2 separate loops here that you feed these zip ties through, and then you can tighten them around somebody's wrist. If you ever go to concerts, you see security guards there using these all the time. And these are very thick, guys. You'd have a hard time breaking these. So there's a lot of advantages to using these over just using zip ties. I actually have a video about how to escape using just zip ties. It's not that hard. All you have to do is you pretty much just go like this, and you can break the zip ties off very easily. I don't think that trick's gonna work with these. These are very thick, and just the design, having the 2 separate loops, that little trick isn't going to work. You can see it's kind of reinforced here in the center. It's a lot thicker than the rest of this. So this is the Flexicuff disposable handcuffs. Pretty neat. And they say a 3-pack is a $15, 5-cent value. So the last item in the basic box is also by Wazoo Survival, and that is the Wazoo Survival Gear ceramic razor blade. So yes, you heard me correct. That is a ceramic razor blade. Very tiny, very sharp, and the benefit to this is that this will not show up in a metal detector. They can scan you all they want. They will not be able to find this little guy. And it's what it says. It's a ceramic razor blade. Now, I wouldn't want to get into a knife fight using this thing, but if somebody has you tied up or duct taped, right, you could easily cut through that using this little ceramic razor blade. Again, it's super small. You could tape this inside your belt buckle, inside your pants, your hat, on your watch, wherever. You could hide this, and even if they found this, honestly, they probably wouldn't know what it is. But this is a pretty sneaky idea, guys. This is a very sharp ceramic razor blade by Wazoo Survival, and they say this is an $8 value. So next up, we have the advanced box, and the first item in there is the Hinged handcuffs with keys. So I think the idea here is not so much that they want you running around handcuffing people, handcuffing your girlfriend, whoever, but they really want you to be able to practice escaping from handcuffs. So these are a perfect opportunity to practice using your handcuff key bracelet here. All right, so you just stick it in there. Let's see how well this works. You stick it in there, you twist it, and look, they open right up. So you know that this key does work. So what I would recommend is that you guys actually try putting these handcuffs on, try putting the bracelet on, and practice taking the bracelet off, slipping the key in there, and then escaping. Once you get good at it, try it behind your back. All right, put the handcuffs on, put the bracelet on, and try to escape. Now, I do recommend that you have somebody home with you, and you have the keys available, just in case this goes wrong. But when I was in Afghanistan, our shop used to have a really nice pair of handcuffs, and a lot of us had keys that we made out of hairpins, and we used to practice exactly that, and I actually got pretty good at it. I first practiced and learned how to do it in front so I could see what I'm doing, and then I worked up being able to do it behind my back, pulling the hairpin key out of my pocket or out of my pants or something, and I actually got pretty good at it, man. You know, I could get out of handcuffs in probably about a minute using a hairpin. So again, don't go around handcuffing your neighbors or your pets or whatever. If you're gonna handcuff somebody, handcuff yourself and practice getting out of these. So they are saying these handcuffs are a $21 value. So next up in the advanced box, we have a 12-piece lockpicking set. So I'm very excited about this because I actually have a lockpicking set from the same company that I probably bought about 10 years ago, and I am probably missing about half the picks right now. So I am excited to kind of rebuild my lockpicking set. So this comes with everything that you need. You have your tension rods here. What you do is stick this in the center cylinder and you kind of twist it, and then keep pressure on the cylinder. You have your rakes here. So after you have that pressure, you kind of stick these rakes in there a few times, and that'll hopefully get a lot of the pins to go up, and it'll rest right on the edge of the center cylinder since you have it kind of crooked. And then you have several individual picks like this one. So So after you rake it, you go through and you try to get any of the remaining pins to go up above the top of the cylinder ledge. So this is a pretty big kit. The kit I originally had wasn't this big. So this is great. You could actually probably split this up into 2 different kits if you wanted to. Keep one in your car, keep one in your junk drawer in your house. So like knowing how to escape from handcuffs, knowing how to pick locks is a very valuable skill to have. I learned how to do this probably about 10 years ago, and in that 10 years, I've probably had to pick, 5, 6 locks in that time for just my own stuff. Me losing keys to a padlock, me losing the keys to my house, something along those lines. It's actually very nice to know how to pick locks, and usually like worn out locks, they're usually the easiest ones to pick. This is definitely pretty nice. This is a pretty big kit, and this is a great skill for you guys to have. It's a great skill for really anybody to have. So they're saying this 12-piece set is a $31.95 value. So moving on to the Pro Box, the first item is the Mantis Knives Concealed Coin Knife. So I've never seen this before, but this is pretty freaking awesome, right? So again, this box is all about having tools and not having people know that you have these tools. So what you have here is a little disc that's about the size of a maybe a little bit bigger than a quarter. So if you went through a metal detector or scanner, or even if somebody just pat you down, they would feel this and just think that it's a little coin. But it actually has a blade inside of there. Now I wouldn't want to get into a knife fight with somebody using this, but if, again, somebody has you zip-tied or tied with rope or duct tape, this little blade, it looks pretty sharp. This would be enough just to escape out of that, those restraints. So that is the Mantis Knives Concealed Coin Knife, and that is a $50 value for this little guy. Pretty neat. Alright, so the next item in the Pro Box is the Cutaway Practice Padlock. So I am super stoked about this. So what this is a padlock that has been cut away, so you can see all the inner workings of how a key actually works and how well you're doing while you're picking these. So like I said, what you want to do is put a little tension on this inner cylinder, and that'll create a little ledge there, and you want to go through and pick up each one of these pins. Now admittedly, when I first started, it was pretty difficult, because you can't see what you're doing. You're kind of blindly trying to feel in there, and you're hoping that you're getting all the pins, and you just kind of keep going back and forth and hoping that these pins are staying up there. Now you can actually see what you're doing, see how the inner mechanics work, and you can kind of practice getting a feel for what pins are already up there and which ones are not, and how well each tool works, and you can kind of practice and see which pin you need to actually get up using the lock picking set. So pretty excited about this. Like I said, some of these items will help you escape if you're in a bad situation, and some of them will help train you how to escape. And this one definitely falls in the category of training you how to escape. This will really help hone your lock picking skills. You could just sit on the couch, and while you're watching TV, just sit there and practice picking these locks and getting the feel for it. So very awesome BattlBox. I'm super excited to play around with this. I wish I had this 10 years ago. It would have made it a hell of a lot easier to learn how to pick locks. So they're saying this Cutaway Practice Padlock is a $10.65 value. Alright, moving on to the Pro Plus, or the Knife of the Month box. So you actually get 3 different knives if you consider the ceramics razor blade as a knife. You get 3 different knives in this box. So this month you get the Spyderco Dog Tag Knife. So this is about the size of a dog tag, but it opens up, folds up like this, and you have yourself a very sturdy and very solid, very sharp little blade right there. So again, this is great for escaping out of some kind of restraints, cutting rope, cutting zip ties, duct tape. Very awesome. And it's so damn small that if you wear this around your neck, people aren't going to assume, oh, well, that's a knife. No, they're going to assume, oh, he's got some dog tags that he's wearing around his neck. If you wanted to, you could even take a set of your dog tags and glue it on back here just to conceal it a little bit more. But this is the Spyderco Dog Tag Knife. This is a $129.95 value. Very expensive. There you have it. That is BattlBox Mission 6. If you guys like what you see, I really recommend this company, BattlBox. Go check them out. Their products are always really high quality, and they're always very accurate with the values that they give to these items. If you guys are new to my channel, hit that big red subscribe button down below. I do a lot of wilderness and urban survival videos, as well as survival hacks and prepping and BattlBox unboxings. And don't forget to check out my website, survivalknowhow.net. So until next time, guys, stay safe.